Good morning to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another unboxing video. The series where I obviously unbox my various streetwear, sneaker, and sometimes even jewelry purchases on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing the version 3 of Kapital's iconic 12-ounce feather denim jacket that I proxied using Neokyo. But before we start talking about unboxing and proxying, I've got to discuss something else, guys. I would just like to say thank you again for the continuous support on the channel. Over the past 24 hours, we have reached our new subscriber milestone for this month, which is 2,965 subscribers. Hopefully, by the end of May, with your guys' support, we can reach 3,000 subscribers. It would just be awesome because it's my birthday month, and like hitting that 3K would just be a huge milestone to hit. I'm not going to set that as our next subscriber milestone. We're going to slowly work our way up to it, guys. Let's see if we can hit 2,970 subscribers. So 5 more subs. Hopefully, with your guys' continuous support, by the end of the month, we can hit 3,000 subscribers, or hopefully we can hit the new subscriber milestone that we just set, which is 2,970 subs. But let's now move into proxying. What is it? Why did I have to use proxying to pick up this Kapital denim jacket? Let's get into it. So, Kapital Japan is a clothing brand that is obviously situated in Japan and has various different retail stores in the country. They also have an online store. Unfortunately, their online store does not ship internationally. It only ships domestically inside of Japan. Now, if you want to buy Kapital outside of Japan, you can buy it from people on Grailed, you can buy it from boutiques, but there's usually a markup, and quite a significant one. A piece that you could buy from Kapital Japan's online store may be 100 USD, if not more, on a Western boutique from someone else who's offering a proxy service. It is goddamn expensive. So what you can do is the process of proxying. You can go to a business that provides a proxying service. They are usually situated in the company that you want to proxy from. And what they will do is they will buy the piece directly from the store on your behalf, ship it to their warehouse, and then you pay them to ship that item over to you. So obviously you pay the total item's cost, a little bit of a fee for their service, and the shipping cost for the domestic cost to get it from the store to their warehouse, and the shipping cost to get it from their warehouse to you. Now, some proxying services are really good. They offer free domestic shipping from the store to their warehouse. They usually offer really low fees. Proxying has become a lot easier over the past 5 years. Now, what I did is I wanted to pick up, obviously, this 12-ounce feather denim jacket. I could have picked it up from a boutique, but it was like, as I said, like an extra 100 USD, extra like 150 depending on the boutique. So I wanted to try out for the first time ever proxying to get it at the lowest price possible. So I went to Neokyo, a proxy service that on the internet I found a lot of people use for like figurines, plushes, things like that from Japan. I haven't seen too many reviews of them when people have tried to proxy clothing, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So around about mid-February, I put in the order for them to pick up a size 4, because that was the biggest size, of the 12-ounce feather denim jacket version 3. Now, unfortunately, I was unaware. Japan, from what I could tell, was in a lockdown. I did a little bit of a Google search. It seemed like from February to early March, they were in a lockdown. So the item was not going to leave Kapital's store until around about early to mid-March, which was a bummer. I had to wait half a month from when I sent the order in, sent the money through, to when it actually finally was purchased and then made its way to Neokyo's warehouse. I know, it was a bit of a process already. Now, by early March, I paid them to package it up in a nice little box and ship it off internationally. The only problem is that Neokyo at the time only had 2 shipping options. They had USPS first class, which was like $80 US, and I was like, yikes. or you could send it via boat, which had an estimated delivery time of a month to 3 months for 20 USD. Now you can imagine which option I picked. I know, it said a month to 3 months, but I was like, damn, 20 USD versus 80 USD shipping? I'm gonna pick the 20 USD option. Yeah, look, when they said a month to 3 months, they were not lying. It's nothing against Neokyo. They did everything that they, offer as a proxying service to exactly what I wanted. They, bought the item when it was available, when Kapital was willing to, deliver it to their place in Japan. Once I bought the box for them to ship it in, they boxed it up within like an hour or two and sent me all the updates. And then as soon as I went pay for international shipping, they sent it off within like 48 hours to be internationally shipped. So they did everything they were meant to do correctly. It's more the shipping company just took a while, but I did pay for that shipping experience of a month to 3 months to get to me, so I can't complain. I got exactly what I paid for. I messaged them saying, hey, are you gonna add any other shipping options internationally, because the FedEx option, which was 80 bucks, and the via boat option was cheap, awesome, but it took forever. They said they're going to add DHL in the future, and normally if it wasn't coronavirus, Japan Post, Japan's posting service, would normally ship internationally, but because of coronavirus, they don't have it open at the moment, or something on the lines of that. So in the near future, they will add more shipping options, and I'll probably go with Neokyo again. I'll just first message them to make sure they have DHL the next time I shop with them. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with their service so far, but we'll have to find out once I unbox the piece, because I don't know if it's been damaged. I don't know if they got the size 4 that I asked for. It's a pretty small box, so actually, no, it doesn't look too bad on me like that. I don't know, man. I'm pretty worried because it's a 12-ounce denim jacket and it fits in this. They must have some like expert, packaging guys, or this is going to be a very small piece. We'll just have to unbox it now and see how Neokyo did with the proxying service, and see how the piece actually looks on a 6'5" hefty Westerner dude. Okay, let's now get into unboxing this piece. So this piece I already know is going to be small on me. I did the measurements, I had a look at it, and a size 4. The length is totally fine, but the shoulder width is super small. Exactly what I expect from a Japanese brand, really. Most of the time, Japanese clothing is really thin when it comes to the width of the overall piece, especially in jackets. Not so much sweaters and sweatshirts and knits and stuff like that, but jackets are very thin width-wise, because they're meant for a Japanese person. They're meant for someone who is obviously a lot thinner, not for like a beefy Western dude like me. But the length is totally fine. It's around about 26 inches in length. So I'll put up the measurements on the screen for you guys that are on Kapital's store. This is how I figured out how it was going to fit for me. Hopefully it'll probably be a little bit cropped on me, purely just because of the shoulder width pushing up the overall, length of the actual piece itself. But hopefully it should fit pretty well, and I'll style it once I get it out of the box. So the box is now opened. Let's have a look at how they shipped this piece. So they have what looks like bubble wrap, an order confirmation. Let's get into it. Man, look at that. If that's not packaged well, that is a 12-ounce denim jacket. Like a very well packaged. That is dense. This is dense. It is like a brick. It's literally a brick. That's all that really came with it. A little bit of paper just to make sure it doesn't move around too much. But I gotta say, they did a damn good job making the shipping, making the box and the piece itself as small as possible. Hopefully it hasn't damaged it at all, but we'll get into that now when I can cut this open. I also just don't want to, accidentally cut the piece itself, because, I waited like 2 months for this and paid good money for it. I don't want to accidentally destroy the piece. So let's get into it. Okay, there we go. So I don't know what the difference is between the version 1, 2, and now this one, the version 3. I think it's just their third attempt at doing it. I would love to see the comparisons and difference between version 1, 2, and 3, but, you know, I'll have to do a Google search and see what that comes out as. They've also included the stuff that Kapital sends with it. Okay, so monthly, but I assume this is, or maybe this is just their card and stuff like that. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's just some free advertising that they send as well. But there we go. Here it is. Here it is. There is the iconic Kapital hang tag that it comes with. And as you can see, you can sort of see the feather motif already. Oh my god, look at it. It's already like expanding. It's already the size of the box. Like, they did a damn good job packaging this one up. Okay, let's get into it. Sealed with a little bit of tape. Let's get this piece out. And hopefully, it's a little bit bigger than I imagined it to be. Okay, that's actually around about what I'd expect. This is going to be very, very tight across the shoulders. You can see without even putting it on, this is going to be tight across the shoulders. Now, I'm not going to actually button up this piece. I'm going to wear it just simply over the top of like a white tee or a white turtleneck. But this graphic is awesome. Exactly what I wanted from the piece. As you can see, it's got an all-over feather print on the denim. What I really like about this piece as well is this like feathered, destroyed hem at the bottom there. I think that's really, really cool. There we go. Oh, I'll also show you the tags just in case any of you guys are buying them secondhand from someone and you want to, you know, do some legit checking, you know, make sure no one's selling you that fake Kapital. Because look, I haven't looked into it, but I'm sure there's probably fake Kapital out there. There's probably someone on Alibaba making fake Kapital and selling it as real Kapital, you know, like it's definitely out there. Well, I'm going to undo all these buttons. These buttons are very, very tight, and then I'll get back to you guys because, yeah, this is a real struggle right now. Okay, so I finally got all of the buttons undone. That was actually a bit of a struggle. They're really, really tight on the piece. So there is the tag up the top. I'll just showcase that to you guys very, very quickly. See if I can get it as focused as I possibly can up on the camera. It does have the traditional size tag on the left-hand side of the piece. It showcases it right there. That's what it looks like when you buy it directly from Kapital. I think the Western boutiques may get a translated version of the wash tag, but it's completely in Japanese. I don't know if the camera's even going to focus on it too well, but that's it there. You can see it says extra large, and then when you flip that up, it has the size 4. Kapital's denim jackets are very fitted. They're not like a Levi's one where it's going to be super boxy, super large. They do very, very fitted ones. They also do looser models as well. Again, with your sizing with Kapital, it's going to be completely inconsistent from piece to piece. You really just got to like go to the measurements, compare it to a piece that you have, and just like kind of visualize how it's going to look. This piece is going to be incredibly tight on me. I already knew that before purchasing it. I knew that from the measurements, the length was going to be okay, but everything else was going to be really tight because, well, it's not meant for my body type. This is meant for a thinner person, but let's get into it, try it on body, and see how this piece looks. Okay, guys, so this is it on body on a 6'5", like 110 kilo fella. And I gotta say, I'm quite shocked. I am quite shocked it fit as well as it does. Now, obviously it's quite tight. I'd have to really squeeze in to get that thing buttoned up, but I was never gonna wear it buttoned up anyway. I'm like quite gobsmacked at how well it fit, because I had the lowest expectations, man. I was like, you know what? This piece ain't gonna fit at all. It's gonna be super small. Just not gonna fit me. It goes exactly to my waistline, which is exactly what I'd expect, because like I'm 6'5", you know, measured myself to be about 25.5 inches from shoulder to waist, and this jacket came out as like almost 26 inches in length, or if that, just at 26. Now I assumed because my shoulders were quite broad, it's gonna bring the piece up a little bit. And I think it did that, because it would normally be a little bit further down, probably around about here where my belt is, but it has been raised a little bit up, especially when I, you know, make my posture, you know, good. It does bring the piece up a little bit, but this is exactly how, well, this is better than what I thought it was going to turn out to be. This is how the piece looks front to back, as you can see, is right on me, but again, this is exactly how I assumed it was going to look, if not better than how it was going to look, based off the measurements that Kapital has on their website. I'm wearing just simply like a $10 Lowe's turtleneck, mainly because this piece's dyeing technique, in their description on their website, they say that this piece may bleed. So I wanted something a little bit throwaway, just in case it decided to bleed on me, but it's alright, it's done okay. But here is the piece. Here is, and like the sleeves, exactly how I'd want them to fit, like if anything, just maybe an inch shorter than what I'd want. But I gotta say, if they did a size 5, I feel like that would be the perfect fit for me. A size 4 is a little tight, but I feel like it still works pretty well. It's a very, very slim fitting piece. Maybe if I drop a few kilos, it would fit a lot better, but I gotta say, I'm quite happy with it. I love that all over print. Look at that. Oh my God. That's awesome. I love it. But I have to be really careful when, you know, fitting it, moving it around, because I don't want to pull too heavy, too tightly on the bottom half of it, because look, it's super frayed. I don't want to rip it. It is 12-ounce denim, so I don't know why I feel like I'm gonna rip it, but yeah, that's awesome. I love the piece. Again, if I was a little bit thinner, it would fit a lot better, but I'm really liking it. And I gotta say, I really used this piece just to see if I could proxy to where I live and how the process worked and everything like that. I mainly used it to test that process, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. It came exactly how I assumed it was gonna come. It doesn't look damaged. It fits pretty well off what I'd expect it to fit. I'm happy with this piece, guys. Let me know how you feel about the Kapital 12-ounce Feather Denim Jacket version 3. Do you like the color? Do you like the all-over print on it? How do you feel about the Feather Denim Jacket in general? I won't be wearing this over the top any hoodies or anything like that, simply because of the sizing, but it's an awesome piece, and this is probably how I'd wear it. I probably need some darker denim to get them to work a little bit better, but I think all round, this is a sick piece. Let me know how you feel about it in that comment section below. Would you pick up the Feather Denim Jacket version 3? But that's it, guys. That is it, all unboxed. That is the version 3 Kapital Feather Denim Jacket that I proxied using Neokyo. So let's recap. The piece itself was about exactly what I expected when it was measurement-wise, when I was looking at the measurements, measuring up myself. I'm actually quite surprised. It did fit a little bit better than I thought it was going to do, because I felt like because the shoulder width was so small that it was going to get raised a lot in the length because of the shoulder width. You know, I thought it would bring the piece up a little bit. It was actually a lot better than I thought. Look, if I dropped like 5 to 10 kilos, which would be awesome, this piece would fit a whole lot better. I think I'm definitely going to tuck in the pieces that I wear underneath it, just so it really cuts off exactly where my waistline is, and the thing that you would see appearing underneath it would just be my jeans. I think that would just look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer, so I think I'll be doing that in the future. But all round, the weight of the piece feels 12 ounce, it feels pretty heavy. Maybe it's just because the fraying at the bottom. Maybe it's just because of that, because I felt like if I pulled on this, it was gonna like rip it. But I feel like it's just because of, you know, how it looks aesthetically and how it's done at the bottom that I feel that way. But it's a really sturdy piece. The hardware on it is awesome. It says International World Jeans. I really like it. The hardware is a really nice color with this as well. It's been like aged to a really nice color. It's just all around a really well done piece. Kapital has just done it again and done a really, really solid piece here. I love the stitching as well. It's not super vibrant. It blends with the piece really well. Like, you can barely even see the stitching, can you? You can't really see it on camera. I can try and bring it as close as I can to the camera, and then you can see it. But from a distance, it's really hard to see the stitching color on it, which I really, really like. I think that's a really good way of doing it. Yeah, all round, super happy with the piece. Happy with the proxying service that I paid for. Hopefully, next time I do it, I'll message them beforehand, of course. Neokyo will hopefully have DHL, so I can get the piece to me a little bit quicker. But as a service, they did everything that they promised. They bought the piece when they could, it got shipped to them when it could, they packaged it as soon as I paid for the packaging, like, you know, a couple hours after I paid for it, it was all well and done. They shipped it as soon as I paid for the international shipping. The only downside was the international shipping time, but as I mentioned at the start of the video, I got what I paid for. All around, I'm pretty happy with it, and I think I'll definitely be proxying further pieces in the future now that I know the whole, you know, process and how it works. I'm pretty comfortable with it now. So yeah, a couple of the pieces that I mentioned in my pickups video, you may see further down the line that I'll be picking those up. But I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about the piece in general? Would that be a piece that you guys would pick up? How would you style it? And have you proxied before, and will you proxy now that I've given it a shot? How do you feel about that? Or are you just going to stick with the safer option and buy it off someone on Grailed or buy it off a boutique? Seriously, I want to hear how you guys feel about proxying down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep picking up further Kapital pieces or do further unboxing videos, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, a comment in the comment section down below, and a subscribe to the channel, as we're also now trying to hit that new subscriber milestone that I mentioned, which was 2,970 subscribers. We're like 5 away, guys. Hopefully by the end of the month we can hit 3,000. We can do it. Just keep subscribing to the channel, guys, and we can definitely get there. But that's all I have to say about the proxying service that I used and the piece in general. It's an awesome piece. I'll definitely probably be looking to wear this more in the hotter seasons because I'm afraid, because of the dyeing technique, that, you know, if it suddenly started raining and I was wearing this, that it would bleed really badly onto the piece of clothing I'm wearing underneath it. It didn't bleed at all on the piece when I was wearing it inside, so the bleeding isn't too bad on it. Well, isn't too bad, is basically non-existent. But if it rains, I'd be worried. I would definitely be worried. But yeah, an awesome piece. That's all I have to say about it. I'm sure it'll make an appearance in a later video for sure, guys. But that's it. Let me know how you feel about it in that comment section below. But until the next unboxing video, until the next Kapital video, until the next streetwear talk video in general, guys, I'll catch you later.